Welcome to Tita Talks. My name is Sonia Tita Puopolo, and I'm your host. It is a great privilege and pleasure to welcome Catharine Arnston. Catharine is the CEO and founder of ENERGYbits. Her mission is to help the world be healthier naturally with one of Mother Nature's oldest and original foods, algae. She not only has her MBA from Western University, but also is a certified health coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. In 2008, when her younger sister was diagnosed with breast cancer, she was advised by her oncologist to adopt an alkaline diet. So Catharine jumped on board to help her sister. And in the process, she discovered algae, one of the most alkaline, nutrient-dense foods in the world with healing properties. Catharine is now devoting her life to researching algae and educating consumers, athletes, wellness spas, fitness and beauty professionals, and it's about its therapeutic, sustainable benefits. As a leading expert on algae nutrition, she has been nominated amongst the top 3 finalists for the 2021 INNOCOS Leaders of Change Award. And today we're talking about the healing power of nutrition, a self-care tool for you. Welcome to Tita Talks, Catharine.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's such a joy to be here.
What do you see as the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the vaccine and so forth, as relates to ENERGYbits and the healing benefits of your products?
Well, with anything that at first glance looks like it's a bad thing or damaging, I truly believe there's always a silver lining and there's always a reason. The universe is so wise, way more wise than we as mere mortals are. And I know it's been a very difficult year and it hasn't gone away yet. However, because it's forced everyone to push the pause button on their life and reevaluate the choices they make, both in terms of lifestyle, foods that they put in their body, how they care for each other and for the earth. I think it's given us all a chance to reevaluate our choices and hopefully make better ones. And one of the things is I'll tell you a little bit about algae is that there is nothing in the world, and there are 100,000 scientific studies that will back me up on this. There is nothing in the world that will build your health, your immune system, your energy, your nutrition, your body more and easier than algae. And the only problem with algae is in North America is that no one's ever explained it to you. It's a multi-billion, that's with a B, agricultural crop. First of all, algae is a crop, it's not a supplement, in Asia. And they've been taking it there for 50 years, even though it's been used around the world for centuries. But in North America, we didn't grow up with it. No one's packaged it, branded it, made it safe, or explained what it is. So algae is, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it later, is the easiest way for you to protect your health, build your immune system so that you don't succumb to COVID or any other viruses. And it could possibly change your life. So that's how COVID and algae are connected.
Well, we are living in unprecedented times with the global COVID-19 pandemic,
Yes.
social unrest, and environmental catastrophes. Yet with the right tools, including resilience and the right nutrition, we can reset and forge a new pathway forward. What is the best way to use this time as a reset? And can you walk us through and tell us, what does resetting the world with wellness, resetting the world with nutrition look like to you?
Well, I think we live in such a fast-paced world, and in North America, maybe not as much as in other countries, but certainly in North America, we've been bombarded with pharmaceutical ads and this very prevalent corporate approach to health, which is basically eat whatever you want. And when you get sick, the medical community will inject you with drugs or cut out whatever you have and hopefully maybe you'll survive, maybe you won't. But basically, we've been giving up the power over our own health to outside forces. And with COVID, because number one, the hospitals are full of people, there's not as much confidence in the ability of the medical profession to look after you if you have something other than COVID. And it's forced people to realize, you know what, maybe there's a way to prevent myself from getting COVID or anything else. And if you haven't noticed, the statistics in the about Americans having a higher percentage of COVID than anywhere else on the earth should tell you something. And what it should be telling you is that we have terrible dietary habits. And the people that are not only getting it, but dying from COVID all tend to be obese or diabetic, or they have some other pre-existing condition. And how did that pre-existing condition occur? Probably because of poor nutritional lifestyle choices. So I think people should realize that you don't need to be afraid of COVID if you take your own your own health issues into your own hands, where they should be in the first place. Don't give your control up to anybody else. You know, it's much better if you are reading the ingredients instead of just shoving food down your throat. You are making and cooking things. You are making choices, because your body is the most magical thing in the world. And if you give it what it needs to function properly, it will create magic for you too, including your immune system. Same thing happens with your body. If you know what it needs, and we can tell you, and I can tell you a little bit about algae and the fact that it has everything you need, then you shouldn't be afraid, because you're doing what your body needs. You're giving it nutrients, but you also need to give it other things like rest and love and exercise. So nutrition is one of the many, about 4 major things that you can do and should be doing. And because COVID has forced us out of our habits, it's forced us to, because we can't live the way we did before because nothing is open. So it's given us all a chance to reevaluate. And with a reevaluation comes the opportunity, as they say, to make a better choice. And my invitation to everyone is to just make a better choice. Because you will gain back your health, your energy, your mental focus. Everything will be better, and you will be in charge. And that's a better place to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, our philosophy is that true self-care relies on utilizing all 4 pillars of a healthy lifestyle: exercise, nutrition, rest healing, and mindfulness meditation.
Yes.
And this is our formula for health, happiness, and longevity. When these 4 pillars are in alignment, we do achieve harmony and equilibrium. What is your daily wellness routine, and what self-care tools do you use on a daily basis?
Yes. Well, obviously, as the founder of an algae company, and I do want to tell you what algae is, because there's different types and they do different things.
Yes.
So when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I have a couple of glasses of fresh water with fresh squeezed lemon. And that's really cleansing for your liver, and it gets things moving. Then I have a drink. It's called yerba mate. It's actually the national drink of Argentina. It's a thicker tea than green tea, but it has higher antioxidants. And I'll have 1 or 2 cups of that with, I have spirulina, which is very energizing, and energizing algae. That's why we call ours ENERGYbits. And I also have chlorella, which is a wellness and detox algae, which we call ours RecoveryBits. So I have my tea with my spirulina and my chlorella. And then I usually spend the next 15 or, well, often up to an hour reading either spiritual books. I have some mantras I say. A great book is A Course in Miracles that I've read like 3 times. So I start my day very mindfully and quietly. And in the summertime, I get out for a walk in the morning. If I haven't done my walk in the morning, I do it at night. So that's how I start, with water and lemon, algae, yerba mate, and some meditative reading. And then my day's pretty busy. It's pretty crazy with I've got about 25 people that report to me, and we're constantly doing, and I design everything. And anyways, it's a very busy day, but I end my day very similarly. If I hadn't had my 3-hour walk, which is and I love yoga too, either yoga / Pilates. I do a 3-mile walk in the evening if I haven't done it in the morning. And then I light some candles and I put on some meditative, quiet music. And I have my algae, and I have a different tea. This time it's a lemon balm, which is very soothing. No caffeine in it. It's an herbal tea. Really recommend it. I'm not nearly as exciting as I used to be, but I'm very happy because I love what I do, and it's very busy. So I need this quiet time at the beginning and the end to kind of get myself back into sort of my space, mental space.
Right. And what does the healing power of nutrition, a self-care tool for you, mean to you?
Well, it means being mindful of what I'm putting in my body, but I'm very conscious of the fact that I have a body and it's my responsibility to care for it. And I would encourage everyone to look at themselves as they would and care for themselves as they would for a young baby, a child, because a baby requires special care, and you would never intentionally hurt a baby. And so you have to be the adult in the relationship when you have a baby and make the better choices for the baby, because the baby doesn't know any better. And I know when you get to become an adult, a teenager, an adult, you're supposed to be wiser, but let's face it, most of us do not know how our bodies operate. And so we quite honestly don't know what our bodies need. So I invite people to do some of their own reading and research and about how your body operates. Because then when you give it what it needs, just like as when you give a baby what it needs, you will feel better, you will sleep better, you will have more energy, your skin will be clearer, everything will just work better, and you will feel more love for yourself because you've taken this effort to give yourself nourishing foods. Well, I got into this whole algae thing, as you mentioned, because my sister had breast cancer, and then her doctor told her to eat an alkaline diet, which turned out to be a plant-based diet because of the chlorophyll and the phytonutrients. And so and this was 12 years ago, and as I researched it and found out the power of plants, and 12 years ago, nobody was talking about it. As I learned so much, I felt a responsibility to tell others about it. So I did get my education, and actually I taught nutrition for about a year, plant-based nutrition, at corporations and hospitals, trying to get people to eat more greens. And this is my epiphany about algae came by teaching plant-based nutrition. And I'm sure your listeners will appreciate this. And here's the epiphany. I wasn't telling people anything they didn't already know. Everybody's mother has always told you to eat more vegetables, right? So telling people to eat more vegetables wasn't new. But what I discovered is that it's too much work. Maybe you don't live near a grocery store. Maybe right now nobody wants to go grocery shopping, or maybe you don't have enough room in your fridge and they take a lot of time to clean, to cook, to eat. So I discovered what was preventing people from getting the green nutrition that they needed wasn't the knowledge, it was the time and the work. Wow. And so that's when I realized, okay, if I want to help people be healthy, because the science has shown how much green nutrition is good for you, and if I want to help them, I have to find something that's fast, easy, green, alkaline, doesn't taste green. So I basically looked at everything I found for my sister. Nothing was working. And then I found the algae. So it's very exciting to be part of something that's going to be a game changer for the world.
Wow, this is so wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Tita Talks. Thank you for discussing the healing power of nutrition, a self-care tool for you. And again, for more information, you can go to wellnessworldusa.com or www.ENERGYbits.com.
Thank you, and be well.